I look at Steph, right? He's a prime example. Could he ever play with us?
So if Steph Curry in 2022 teleport or wormhole warp in the middle of Madison Square in 1998 with all he is and know today, is the question what would he do from there? Because I think it would be 70. I mean, this hand could be anybody's hand, and that league is less prepared for what he's about to do. They will not know what they are watching, and by the time they catch on and triple team him from half court like today, he would already acquire 6 chips. Or are you saying if Luka Doncic's birthday was 1980 and he was drafted in the 2000 draft class, this draft class, is the question now how good would he be? Because I think the answer is probably pretty solid to good player at minimum, but either outcome looks good for both of them and their lives. So what exactly is the question here?
Right, he's a prime example. Could he ever play with us? I think he could have. You don't think I'd have touched his ass up?
What the fuck does that mean? He's literally presenting it as if he had razor blades and was nicking motherfuckers who was driving in the paint. You weren't doing that.
You don't think I'd have touched his ass up? Here's what I'm saying. I think he could have played with us. I don't know about the longevity. And we had handshake. Right. I don't know about the longevity.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present the Jays. JJ Barea, Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, and Jason Williams, all who are shorter than Curry except Kidd. What do you think they did when they drove to the paint? Probably a nice floater, probably got blocked, probably got an and one, probably completed the dunk successfully, probably hit both free throws, probably missed both free throws or split the throws. I don't know, just all the things that can happen when you're playing the sport. So what exactly did Gilbert Arenas do when he drove the lane in these treacherous basketball times? Whatever he did, I'm pretty sure Dame Time would have did. I'm pretty sure Harden would just make his free throws and be glad to hear that Kevin Garnett is in foul trouble. What is this statement? Help me.
You don't think he was tougher than Jeff Hornacek? Here's the thing. Hornacek wasn't no slouch. Nah, he wasn't no slouch. Jeff Hornacek could ball.
What the fuck does this mean? What is the topic anymore? No one said he wasn't tough. He asked a valid question, and you are supposed to broaden it during your answer, meaning the question really is...
Jason Kidd, Steve Francis, Gary Payton, Sam Cassell, Stephon Marbury, Steve Nash, Gilbert Arenas, Baron Davis, Eric Snow, John Stockton, Chauncey Billups, Mike Bibby, Andre Miller, Williams, Jackson, Williams, Hudson, Parker, Hughes, Tinsley, Van Axel, Fisher, Armstrong, Delk, Esley, Crawford, Ward, Williams, Lou, Stoudemire, Austin, Oakland, Strickland, Borkley, Yaretz, Williams, Best, Palacio, Watkins, Jensen, Strickland, James, Anderson, Brimmer, Harrington.
But the superstars of today, with the next-gen offensive elitism they possess to put the same ball in the same rim as you did, is in question, would they survive?
I think when you say they can't play in our era, that's a tough statement to make. I think it is, though. Giannis could play with us?
Yes.
Would he have been Giannis?
Yes, because he's a basketball player. You were not playing rugby. You were playing basketball. What are you watching on the floor that is making you say that this right here couldn't happen to you? This most certainly could have and would have been your era on this poster. This would have been Jermaine O'Neal. This would have been Ben Wallace. This would have been Rasheed Wallace. This would have been David Robinson. This would have been Alonzo Mourning. See, this is just a flaw with progressive sports because the actual truth is this doesn't work in the reverse. A test of one's legacy is not could they have played in the era before, but actually could they play after. This is simply because the progression of businesses and billions of dollars spent to becoming the best organization leads to an advanced regimen that produced what was once one strong suit now is just the normal suit to even be considered draftable. Like every James Worthy layup he ever got with his left hand can be done by Otto Porter. But this does not work in the reverse. James Worthy could never string together the sequences of 34-footers like Otto has done. Not because he was incapable. If he grew up doing it, he could have done it. It just wasn't a probable, efficient way of putting the ball in the rim. The generation after has all your strengths and none of your weaknesses by default, thanks to you. Thanks to Shaq, Embiid embodies being physically dominant. And thanks to Dirk, Duncan, KG, Embiid can embody a scoring guard level of fundamental touch and technical finesse. What Charles was above average for is now just the standard build of every player. Kumanga can perform every Chris Webber around the rim finish he's ever finished. This does not work in the reverse. Look at Bones from the other night and tell me Scottie Pippen or the Glove would have guessed correctly on this multiple choice of movesets. If you bringing them back to your era, then they must also be able to bring their entire bag, which none of you could stop. Shaq would be a dizzy-ass center after one night with Embiid, bro. And why wouldn't he? We've seen guys like Andrew Bynum give him good work. We've seen Yao Ming give him good work. Why can't good players get good work from other good players? Giannis Antetokounmpo is a great player. This slam could be Carlos Boozer. That could have been Mike Bibby. That could have been Caron Butler. This could have been Emeka Okafor. This could have been Drew Gooden. That could have been Etan Thomas. Why wouldn't he spin and finish with that right hand? Have you seen him move? Why wouldn't this be done in your time? That left hand would still slam. You're watching a basketball player play basketball. Why wouldn't this work? This is that. That is what that is. This is him. That is that he is. I am.
Odell Beckham Jr. isn't great.
No.
You still agree with that?
What makes him great?
You mentioned that he has an advantage because of the gloves.
Of course. I played in a time with those Newmans.
Yeah.
If a drop of water hit them, you ripped them off and threw them on the ground because they were done. The ball stops when those gloves hit. It stops the ball from rotating.
So if Odell Beckham played with those Newmans and got a drop of water on them, he probably would have ripped them off, just like y'all did. What is the topic?
To save gloves. That's why they all make these catches. You didn't see the guy from Jacksonville made the catch over there like that the other week? Up the sideline? You don't even know his name. He's making great catches.
His name is DJ Chark, and he is a beast. You don't have to be a somebody to make plays. You just must be playing football.
Even possible.
Chris Carter played without gloves. Jerry Rice played without gloves sometimes too, because those Newmans with that end on them, one drop hit, man, that thing will do like that. It'll come off your hand. You don't want to drop that ball.
Yeah, and Jarvis Landry doesn't want to drop the ball either, which is why he dedicated his entire life to catching it. The benefits of technology cannot be on the players. Oh, but those Newmans and that cold Green Bay, no, you don't want to drop that now. No, the Julio Jones don't want to go up against. I think I'm finished.
Michael Irvin, raw hands, by hands.
Yeah.
Alvin Harper, all of them. Andre Rison, Sterling Sharp, up there in the cold in Green Bay.
Oh, my bad. Last thing. Hey, yo, my girl actually never saw Training Day. So I put it on for her the other day, and it made me watch it again. And I actually never seen it. Haven't seen it since I was, kind of younger. But it was something that kind of noticed that I never noticed. Why did Alonzo just reschedule his training for the next day or another day? Why did he need him at all? He had more than enough capable and willing crooked cops who ends up getting shot for the setup anyway, and he had a crooked judges he can buy. I mean, why go through the trouble of even bringing someone new in who can possibly be a hindrance to this plan? You only need this one afternoon to get all the money, so why not reschedule? He seems high enough on the rankings to easily just say, yo, I'm going to reschedule this shit, and we're going to do this later. I don't know. Can someone break that down? After you share your thoughts about the old era, new era basketball, of course, because I'm not always right, and this is just what I believe. But after that, explain why did he even need Jake? He had this guy. Why now you got to pay Smiley to kill him unnecessarily when you just don't need him at this point? You got too many willing bodies. Why do you even need this guy? Nothing he did the movie would Dr. Dre wouldn't have done. I don't understand why you just need him. Why don't you just reschedule? I don't know. But now, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.